Okay, so tombstoning is described by the Cambridge Dictionary as the dangerous activity of jumping from very high rocks or structures into water whilst keeping the body straight. Now, the Cayman Islands Shipping Registry posted a safety bulletin. This is something that's quite common practice. Flag states of yachts will send out bulletins on various different subjects, including safety. This one was sent out this year, 2023, after a member of the crew of a large yacht was killed after performing this dangerous stunt. It was the flyer was named the Flyer to the Yachting Industry 623, the dangers of tombstoning from yachts. Now, I'm going to read from this report to explain what happened. It says a large pleasure yacht was at anchor during a period of downtime following an intensive guest trip over the previous 24 days. The plan was to let the entire crew enjoy a recreational period of swimming and water sports activities. Now, this is quite common to do after you've had a very busy period. The captain will give the crew a day off to chill out. Now, I'll go back to the report. It says shortly after a safety boat was launched, a number of crew members entered the water at the swim platform, which is the normal way of entering the water. However, 2 crew members went up to the port bridge wing with the intention of jumping into the water from a height of approximately 17 meters or 55 feet. Now, when the safety boat was repositioned nearby, the first crew member jumped, entered the water and resurfaced without incident. Now, when it was time for the second crew member to jump, the crew member turned around and jumped backwards whilst attempting a backflip before entering the water. And the crew member was described as entering the water badly, and when he came to the surface was unresponsive. The crew member was quickly recovered to the main yacht, and the yacht medical team administered first aid and started CPR. The medical team was led by a qualified nurse. That's something else that is quite common on a larger yacht. They'll have members of the crew. Well, every yacht will have members of the crew trained in first aid, but it's very common to have one of the stewardesses is also a qualified nurse. Now, back to the report. The crew member was transferred to the shores tender while the first aid and CPR continued, and care was passed to waiting paramedics and ambulance crew. And they said at no time did the crew member regain consciousness or show signs of life. 1 hour, 18 minutes had elapsed between the crew member jumping and care being passed on to the ambulance crew. You have to remember, in this time, they have to recover the person, call the ambulance, then they have to get the person ashore. So it can take quite a bit of time for these things to happen. The crew member was declared deceased on arrival at hospital. Now, we don't know the name of the yacht or where in the world this happened, but we thought it was a good idea to bring it to people's attention, so hopefully it may save lives. Now, the master's decision, just going back to the report now, the master's decision to allow the crew leisure time for swimming and water sports activities at anchor was laudable, and such actions are to be encouraged. However, leisure activities can pose hazards commensurate with the hazards associated with work activities. As such, the risks associated with the leisure activity should be known and mitigated wherever possible. It says that the master and 3 senior officers were present on the bridge wing when both crew members jumped into the water. It's not just crew members that I've been seen doing this. Even some famous people have done this, such as apparently singer Beyonce.
Team, turn up. 1, 2, 3. She's off.
Footballer named Lionel Messi and other celebrities have all decided it was a good idea to jump from yachts. The Cayman Islands safety brief says that jumping into the water from a great height or tombstoning is inherently dangerous, and serious or even fatal injuries can occur on entering the water. Clearly, this is an instance of that happening. And it says some of the things that can happen when you think everything's safe to do so. It says water depths can alter with the tide. The water may be shallower than it seems. Submerged objects like rocks may not be visible. They can cause serious injury if you jump on them. And the shock of the cold water may make it difficult to swim. and the strong currents can rapidly sweep people away. So yeah, like I said, we just wanted to talk about this. If we can save one life by talking about this crazy activity, then I think we'll be happy if we can save some people. We know a lot of crew members watch this, so if you are watching, obviously a lot of people are, you know, sometimes they get decisions are altered by alcohol and stuff like that, but would say just think about it and be careful. And obviously I wouldn't recommend anybody jumping from anywhere high up like that. I mean, we have to do it in our safety stuff, but we do it in a controlled situation. We're wearing a life jacket, we're jumping correctly, you know, we're not doing backflips and stuff like that. And we have to jump from, it's not 17 meters, I can assure you. And that is, for me, that's quite enough for me. I would not be doing it voluntarily. Thanks very much for watching this video. You've been watching a Super Yacht News clip. If you'd like to see the full unedited Super Yacht News video, you can click on the link over here. You can also find our channel links below here. And if you'd like to see more shorter videos like this one, be sure to subscribe to this channel.